Hello, friends. How are you all doing? Today I'm going to tell you an amazing story. About 300 years ago, in a place called the Caribbean, there was a pirate named Captain Jack Sparrow. He was a famous sailor, full of mystery and adventure. His incredible journey inspired the movie Pirates of the Caribbean. This movie series started in 2003 and continued until 2017 with a total of 5 parts. And today, we are going to dive into the first parts of this exciting movie. At the beginning of the movie, we see a ship slowly emerging from the mist. On the deck of the ship, a young girl named Elizabeth is singing a song about pirates. A crew member named Gibbs quickly stops her, warning that pirate songs bring bad luck. Elizabeth, however, believes that pirates might be good people. At that moment, her father, Governor Weatherby, arrives with Lieutenant James Norrington. James explains that pirates are ruthless and dangerous, and whenever they are caught, they are immediately executed by the government. A little later, the crew notices a boy unconscious on a wooden plank floating in the sea. They quickly bring him aboard. Soon, they see a nearby ship completely destroyed, engulfed in flames. Some believe pirates are responsible, while others suspect an explosion on the ship. The crew searches for any survivors among the wreckage. Elizabeth is given the responsibility of looking after the rescued boy. When she approaches him, he briefly regains consciousness and says his name is Will Turner, before fainting again. Elizabeth then notices a gold coin with a pirate insignia around his neck. Realizing he might be a pirate, she hides the coin to protect him, because if anyone finds out he is connected to pirates, they might kill him immediately. As Elizabeth looks out into the mist, she spots a black ship sailing away with a pirate flag waving in the wind. 8 years pass. Elizabeth has grown into a young woman and she still keeps Will's gold coin hidden. One day, her father tells her they will be attending a ceremony where Lieutenant James Norrington will be promoted. He also tells her that James is a good man who wishes to marry her. As they talk, Will arrives. He now works as a blacksmith in Port Royal. He has come to deliver a finely crafted sword for the governor. It is clear that Will and Elizabeth have feelings for each other, but due to their social differences, neither of them dares to confess. Elizabeth belongs to a wealthy, noble family, while Will is just a humble blacksmith. Meanwhile, the main character, Captain Jack Sparrow, arrives in Port Royal on a small boat. Jack is a pirate, but he has no ship of his own. He plans to steal one. Upon arriving, he sees a military ship called the Interceptor. While chatting with the guards, he sneaks onto the ship. At the same time, the promotion ceremony for James Norrington is taking place. Elizabeth and her father attend the event. After receiving his promotion, James proposes to Elizabeth. However, during their conversation, Elizabeth suddenly faints and falls into the sea. As soon as she hits the water, the gold coin she was wearing causes a mysterious pulse to ripple through the ocean. The entire atmosphere changes. Jack, who is nearby, notices this and immediately jumps into the sea to save her. After bringing Elizabeth to safety, James and his soldiers arrive. They notice a pirate tattoo on Jack's arm and arrest him immediately. Elizabeth protests, saying that Jack saved her life and should be released. But James refuses to listen. Taking advantage of the situation, Jack quickly grabs Elizabeth as a hostage and escapes. He runs through the city and ends up in a blacksmith shop, Will's workplace. Moments later, Will arrives and sees Jack. Determined to stop him, Will engages Jack in a duel. After a long fight, the soldiers arrive and capture Jack. That night, the city is quiet. Suddenly, cannon fire erupts from the sea. A pirate ship called the Black Pearl is attacking Port Royal. Pirates storm the city, looting and causing chaos. Eventually, they reach Elizabeth's home. Their goal? The gold coin Elizabeth took from Will as a child had remained with her all these years. That morning, when it came into contact with seawater, it sent out a mysterious signal across the ocean. This signal led the pirates straight to Port Royal. When the pirates found Elizabeth, she declared, "I want to speak to your captain." They took her aboard the Black Pearl, their infamous pirate ship. Their leader was Captain Barbassa. Elizabeth, wanting to protect herself, told Barbassa she was the daughter of a servant from the governor's house. Instead of using her real name, Elizabeth Swan, she introduced herself as Elizabeth Turner. The name Turner caught the pirates' attention, and they whispered among themselves, "She must be Bootstrap Bill's daughter." Elizabeth then made a deal. "I will give you this gold coin, but in return, you must leave this town and never come back." Barbassa agreed and took the coin. But instead of letting Elizabeth go, he kidnapped her and sailed away on the Black Pearl. The next morning, Will discovered that Elizabeth had been taken. Seeing the soldiers' failure to act, he realized they could not save her. He needed help. Since Jack Sparrow was a pirate, Will assumed he would know where the Black Pearl might have gone. But Jack was locked in prison. Determined to save Elizabeth, Will went to him and explained everything. At first, Jack refused to help, but when Will mentioned his full name, Jack's attitude changed. "Will Turner, you say? Interesting," Jack muttered. He agreed to help. With Will's assistance, Jack escaped from jail. They needed a ship, so they headed to the harbor. Using clever tricks, they stole a fast naval ship called the Interceptor and sets sail in pursuit of the Black Pearl. For years, Will had believed his father was a merchant, but soon he would learn the truth about his father's past and why the pirates had taken Elizabeth. Once a boy went searching for his father and got lost at sea. Now that same boy, Will Turner, learns that his father was a pirate, known as Bootstrap among other pirates. Will is shocked to hear this, especially when he finds out that his father and Captain Jack Sparrow once sailed together. Meanwhile, Jack Sparrow arrives at a port named Tortuga. There he meets an old friend, Mr. Gibbs. Jack tells him, "I have a plan that will make us all rich. I'll get my ship, the Black Pearl, back from Captain Barbassa. But for this, he needs a crew." After hearing Jack's plan, Gibbs agrees to help. The next morning, Jack gathers a group of sailors and sets off to find Barbassa. On the Black Pearl, Elizabeth Swan, who has been taken captive, asks Captain Barbassa, "You already have the gold coin, so why are you still keeping me here?" Barbassa explains, "This is no ordinary gold coin. Years ago, on an island called Isla de Muerta, a pirate named Cortez was cursed for his greed. He and his men looted and killed without mercy. The people trying to stop him gave him a chest filled with 882 gold coins, but the gold was cursed. Anyone who took a coin from the chest would be cursed to live forever, unable to eat, drink, or die. We, the pirates of the Black Pearl, unknowingly spent those coins. By the time we realized the curse, it was too late. The only way to break the curse was to return all the coins to the chest along with the blood of those who took them. They believed Elizabeth was Bootstrap's daughter, so they planned to use her blood. But Elizabeth was terrified. She tried to escape, but when she stepped outside, she saw something horrifying. The pirates turned into skeletons under the moonlight. She realized they were cursed monsters. Meanwhile, Jack and Will Turner are searching for Elizabeth. Will questions how Jack, using a broken compass, can find the right way. Gibbs explains, Jack was once the captain of the Black Pearl, but his own crew, led by Barbassa, betrayed him. They left Jack stranded on a deserted island with only a gun and a single bullet. Most people would have used the bullet on themselves, but Jack found a way to escape, and to this day, he still keeps that bullet, for revenge. Eventually, Jack and Will arrive at Isla de Muerta, where the cursed pirates are trying to lift the curse using Elizabeth's blood. But when they complete the ritual, the curse remains. They realize they need the blood of the real descendant, Will Turner, not Elizabeth. During the chaos, Will rescues Elizabeth and escapes, but he doesn't trust Jack and knocks him unconscious before leaving. Jack wakes up and strikes a deal with Barbassa. He tells him, "I know where the real Turner blood is, but if I help you, I want my ship back." Barbassa agrees. They set sail to capture Will. Soon the Royal Navy, led by Commodore Norrington, arrives. A massive battle breaks out between the Navy and Barbassa's cursed pirates. Since the pirates are undead, they are nearly impossible to defeat. During the fight, Jack does something clever. He secretly steals a cursed coin, making himself immortal like the others. This allows him to fight Barbassa on equal terms. At the right moment, Jack shoots Barbassa in the chest. Barbassa laughs, saying, "You wasted your one shot." But behind him, Will drops his own blood into the treasure chest, breaking the curse. Now mortal again, Barbassa realizes his mistake. Jack's bullet was no longer useless. He clutches his wound, stumbles, and falls dead. With the curse lifted, the remaining pirates surrender. However, Jack's crew takes the Black Pearl and sails away, leaving him behind. The Navy arrests Jack and takes him to be executed. At Jack's hanging, Will comes to the rescue. He fights off the guards and helps Jack escape. But for this, Will is arrested. Elizabeth, realizing she loves Will, tells her father, "If Will is punished, I will not marry Norrington." Seeing her determination, her father allows Will to go free. Meanwhile, Jack reaches the docks and sees his loyal crew waiting for him with the Black Pearl. He grins and says, "Bring me that horizon," before sailing into the open sea. And that's how Jack Sparrow got his beloved ship back. This was the first part of Captain Jack Sparrow. If this video deserves a like, then hit the like button. Let us know in the comments how you liked the video and what we can improve. And for more such videos, subscribe to the channel.